Hi, this is Geneva, and I haven't gone a long time. I'm so sorry about that. But we were moving. We packed up at the beginning of February, thinking we were going to be moving in the middle of April. And we ended up not being able to move until the middle of June. So all my craft supplies packed away, gone, unusable for too many months. We just got moved in this month. I finally was able to get around to my craft room, which is different. So I'm having difficulty finding places to store my things, but I've got enough of it out and accessible that I decided it was time for me to craft again. I wasn't going to make a video of my first stuff, but I got started and then I changed my mind. I wanted to show you sort of my thought process on how I decide what I'm going to do with what, where I start, and how it moves along for me. I know when I was a very beginner, I would have appreciated more videos like that. I did attend art school, and it was a long time ago, but I know interacting with my fellow students, with their ideas and my ideas and all the variations, you can do one thing so many different ways, and maybe these will feel more like we're playing together. Anyway, I will do my best to show you how I start, which is oftentimes not how I end up, and that's okay. I think maybe first time crafters, people who want to do anything artistic, feel like it's got to be perfect from the get-go, but it's all about really, like everyone says, playing with your stuff, finding out what it does, how it works, how it doesn't work. So we're going to do a bit of that, and we'll see where it leads us. I'm thinking maybe I will do this all the time, along with my more formal videos when I've discovered how something works perfectly, to show you step by step. So let's get started. I started out with a Darius embossing folder. Oh, let me fix this. Maybe it is fixed. It's an older one from my supplies. It's called Butterfly Frames, I think, and it's 1 or 2 years old. I'm not for sure. But I've never done anything with it because I had absolutely no inspiration on how to use it. Changed today. I decided to use yellow and gold. So I embossed yellow cardstock, which I cut down to 4x6, which is the size of the embossing folder. My mat underneath I cut to 4.5 by 6 1/4. And this is a 5x7 pre-made card that I cut down to 4 3/4 by 6, which when it's folded out is 4 3/4 by 12. I rounded the 2 outside corners on this one. I may change my mind and do the corners on the fold. I don't know yet. But these will start out stacked like this. I use a We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile corner chomper. It has a 1/4 inch on one side and 1/2 inch on the other. Of course, you know, you use whatever you have. I'm going to put this butterfly on it. It's from Close to My Heart Butterfly Wings. I'm going to use it and one of the sayings that comes in the set. I think maybe this one, but we'll see. We'll see how this works. You know, it comes together like I first envisioned. Oftentimes it doesn't work that way. This has a lot of area that's going to stamp And I tried it earlier on my textured watercolor paper. Sucked. I could not get a clear image because of the texture of the paper. So I'm going to just standard cardstock, and I feel the paper and I find the slick side, which is a side I'll stamp on. I'm going to use archival ink. You know, instead of the black, I think I'm going to use, I have a brown. I've got coffee and sepia. I think I'm going to use the coffee. Oh, I did that off screen. I am so sorry. So I'm just pressing it down. Wow, okay, better. I think I'm going to try it again with my stamping mat. And see what we come up with. I'll do another one right there. Really give that a... Okay, I can live with that. Take my baby wipe. You know, I don't have my paper towels up here, so I'm just going to have to let this air dry. Okay. Now what do I want to do with the inside of that? I don't want it white. Let's see. Wow, let's try the wild honey. See, this doesn't pull so good. It's not really what I want to do. Okay, so I don't like that. So let's go different set of markers. These are strokes by Sugarloaf Products. Let's see what we've got here. This one, this one. that's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to stamp another one and color it up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've cut out the butterfly. I restamped him with Stampin' Up's Really Rust. I like the color better. And I cut him out. You can see I did a really okay job of fussy cutting. Now I want some glitter on him. So I have this homemade box. And you're gonna laugh, but my spray on glitter is Halloween glitter. You know, the hairspray. I'm going to use the gold glitter because yellow is the color of the day, it seems. So I have my own little homemade box here. Well, it's a box that I just turned into a spray box. So make sure it works. Good spraying. Oh, that smells yummy. Okay. Now you're thinking that's hairspray, it's gonna come off, and under normal circumstances, you're absolutely right. But I'm gonna do two more things. Let's see how glittery that is. I'm going to heat set it, and then I'm going to emboss it with Beauty because I don't want it to bend a lot. It's really, it's just cardstock, and it's really pliable, and I'd like it a little more rigid. Now protect your cutting mat because your heat tool will warp it, and that is absolutely no fun to work on after that. I'll use my blade and just hold this down so it doesn't fly away. Now, Versamark, catch pan. This is from one of those cheap makeup brush kits that you can find at Christmas time. $5 and you get 50 million brushes. Well, I bought a pack of those and I find them very useful. I keep my Beauty in a container like this with a plastic spoon in it, so it's easy to sprinkle over things if that's how I want to go. But normally I just dump them in face down. So what I'll do is I'll use my Versamark, and I'll do it right on the board. And I do have a clean and a dirty. This is my dirty one. It's got glitter and all kinds of other things on it, and I don't really care because this is all I use it for. I'm going to put at least 2 coats of Beauty on here, and some people are really quick and they just, when it's still hot, they put it back in the Beauty, and it's good enough to it's still hot enough that it adheres the next layer. I am not that quick. And I think it works better this way. I think you get a more even coverage. Okay, again, make sure you use your board if you're on top of your cutting mat. Oh, here we go. We'll get this. See that, maybe you can see that it's not really all covered, and that is why you've got to do it a second time. I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera or not. We don't have complete coverage. I'm going to go after it with my person mark one more time. And if you wanted just a sealant cover, you could do just the normal clear. But I want some rigidity. Second coat. Is going to be lovely. Get all this stuff put away. Okay, so I want to find a way to use this one. I really like it. I think I'm going to use the same really rust for the sentiment. That came out pretty good. So I am going to be content with that. Stamp cleaned off with the baby wipe and dry it off, and we are done with it. I hope. Okay, I'm going to go see if I have a cutting die that I want to use to put a shape around this, or what. I'm not for sure what my next step is going to be. I'll be back when I figure it out. Okay, I thought I was going to maybe end up using something like this to decorate the outer edge, but the card isn't big enough. It would have been pretty, but the card just isn't big enough to accommodate something like that. So this goes back in my cutting file book. So what I ended up doing was cutting a piece of yellow and edging it again with the Distress Ink Wild Honey, and I did it a little around the white as well. Now I know I'm going to do something else here because this is just really, really boring. And where am I? I'm sorry, I'll get used to my new camera setup someday. And I want to do something else to the background. Maybe some crystals, maybe some stickles. But I'm going to start by getting my card layers put together. I use 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch tape, and I buy mine from tapejungle.com. It's a lot less expensive than the brand name stuff, and I think it works better. Now that white edge is just too white, so I'm going to go around it with the Wild Honey. Maybe a little deeper. Okay. Stick these together, because I know I'm not going to add anything else. I'm not for sure what I'm going to do to dress this up yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm pretty sure Let's get this put down. I'm going to do it on sticky foam. I make my own with my crayon machine. And I buy the foam either already has one layer of glue on the back of it or not, and I either just run it through my crayon machine once or twice. And I just take and cut it. So I can make these any size I need them to be. Okay, that works for me. Okay. So there's the butterfly adhered. Okay, now I want to put on some crystals. Probably not very many, but there are some little raised dots here. And I'm going to find some either iridescent or topaz colored crystals. I don't think I'll go red. And those would be here. Those are turquoise. I think I'm going to use the yellow ones. Okay. Now these are not self-adhesive crystals. So I will put some of my tacky glue I will get this figured out. Put some of my tacky glue. I don't need very much, not more than a dot really. And a toothpick. I use these little mini skewers. They're bigger than a standard toothpick. And I think I want a whole one, just a part of one. Now, take some of these. Shake them out into my lid. I buy these on eBay from China. You get a gazillion for almost nothing. Okay. Just grab a little bit of glue on the tip of my toothpick and use it as far as it'll go. Which looks like 3 spaces if I can get the crystals on there quick enough. Oh, that's going to be pretty. I chose the right color. Okay, there's that. And see, I could easily have used stickles or the acrylic half rounds. That's going to be pretty. And I think with this I'm simply just going to do some of the acrylic gems in the corner and finish it up. So let's get this adhered down. Okay. So maybe do opposite corners, just because I like to do it that way. And then we'll do one side each one. Okay, here we are so far. Let's see, to me this space is screaming for something in there. And I'm thinking maybe flower and ribbon. So I am going to go see what I've got and see if I've got anything that will go in there. Okay, I decided on one of my little plastic heart buckles. or a ribbon slide, and some grosgrain ribbon in ivory. That should be a big enough ribbon. Okay, I'm going to call that done. I will probably stop for the day, and I will let you in on the next project I work on. Have a great day. Bye-bye.